Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation news fans. The Golden Bachelorette star Joan Vassos has shared a lot about her relationship with Chock Chapple in the past. But in a new interview, she spoke about the challenges they faced with some vocal critics speaking up about their relationship. Throughout her time on The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan has experienced a ton of criticism. Even prior to her decision to choose Chock at the end of the process, Joan was being scrutinized for her decisions throughout the show's run. While both have become accustomed to tuning out the noise, it's clear that the critics still get to them. As Joan and Chock have moved further into their relationship, the criticism about their marriage timeline has become louder and more prominent. "We will get married, but we are not ready to plan a wedding out," Joan shared in an interview with US Weekly. "It's important that people recognize that it's a very weird journey that you go on when you do The Bachelor." Asking for Bachelor Nation's grace, Joan revealed she and Chock are happy, but aren't prepared to exchange rings and take vows just yet. Instead, the couple are having fun being together as they figure things out. Happier together than apart, Joan and Chock are happily moving forward into the unknown after The Golden Bachelorette. What Joan's comments about critics mean for her relationship with Chock. Although Joan and Chock opened themselves up for critics to comment on their relationship throughout the Golden Bachelorette process, the couple have since done their best to keep the skepticism about their connection at bay. While the pair have been open about their lives together, they've also chosen to maintain a united front when it comes to those criticizing their relationship and overall connection, sharing that they're happily together. While the critics may be loud, Joan and Chock haven't been letting the negativity get to them as they've continued to get to know each other. Sharing more about the fact that they do hear the outside noise, Joan revealed that she and Chock are working hard to take things at their own pace, making it clear that the couple are doing their best to continue to move slowly in their relationship as they enjoy their time together. Joan's comments about the critics' ongoing discussions of their relationship not being a part of their connection or refreshing. Sharing that they're still moving at a timeline that works best for them, Joan and Chock appear to be doing their best to keep their connection the main focus. Our take on Joan and Chock's relationship timeline. Although Joan and Chock have been talking about moving in together and getting married since their time on The Golden Bachelorette, knowing that the couple are enjoying their time together and moving at their own pace is reassuring for the long haul. As Joan and Chock continue to build their new lives together, revisiting parts of their past to introduce each other to, the couple have been doing a good job at checking in to make sure they're still on the same page. Happier together than apart, Joan and Chock are happily moving forward into the unknown after the Golden Bachelorette. In the latest twist that Golden Bachelorette fans didn't see coming, Joan Vassos is finally pulling back the curtain on her relationship with Chock Chapple, and what she has to say might leave you speechless. When the Golden Bachelorette wrapped up with Joan choosing the ever-charming Chock Chapple, it felt like a fairy tale that could actually last. No drama, no second-guessing, just two mature, grounded people who knew what they wanted, each other. Or so we thought. Now, months later, Joan is opening up like never before. And according to her, not everything is as picture-perfect behind the scenes as fans were led to believe. In fact, Joan's recent comments suggest that the couple's relationship has stalled, and both Joan and Chock are feeling the pressure. So what really happened? Where do things stand today? And is there still hope for Joan and Chock's happily ever after? Let's dig into everything Joan Vassos just revealed, because it's way messier than you think. A golden beginning that had everyone rooting for them. When Joan Vassos stepped into the spotlight as the Golden Bachelorette, audiences were captivated. She was classy, resilient, and carried the grace of someone who had lived through real heartbreak and still believed in love. Chock Chapple wasn't an immediate frontrunner, but he played the slow game perfectly. Quiet confidence, emotional intelligence, unwavering patience, all the things Joan said she wanted. Week after week, Chock earned her trust and her heart. Their final moment? Straight out of a movie. A proposal framed against a sunset backdrop, a tearful yes, and promises of forever. Viewers cheered. The franchise finally seemed to get it right. But real life, as Jove is now revealing, has a way of writing its own scripts. Life after The Golden Bachelorette, where things started shifting. Immediately after filming ended, Joan and Chock tried to transition into real-world life. They traveled between their hometowns, met each other's families, and attended a slew of Bachelor Nation events where they smiled for cameras and gave glowing interviews about their future. Behind closed doors, however, things weren't quite so easy. Sources close to the couple claim that the cracks started forming almost immediately. Joan and Chock struggled with logistics. They lived hours apart, and neither was eager to uproot their life. Expectations clashed. Joan was ready for slow mornings and grandbabies. Chock wanted spontaneous travel and late-night adventures. Communication breakdowns. Joan, ever the people-pleaser, kept quiet about her frustrations until she couldn't anymore. It's not that there wasn't love, a source dishes. It's that life got real, fast, and neither of them really knew what to do about it. And now, Joan is finally admitting that things might not be moving forward the way everyone, including Joan and Chock, once hoped. Joan's candid revelation: "We're not where we thought we'd be." In a Bombshell sit-down interview this week with Bachelor Weekly, Joan didn't hold back. "We're still together," Joan confirmed immediately. "But we're not where we thought we'd be." Her tone was warm, but there was a definite sadness underneath it. "When we were on the show, it felt like nothing could touch us," she said. "But in real life, it's harder. You have careers, grandkids, responsibilities. It's not just about two people being in love. It's about two entire lives fitting together." Joan's most heartbreaking admission: "I thought we'd be planning a wedding by now. But honestly, we're just trying to figure out how to stay afloat." She also acknowledged for the first time that both she and Chock have questioned whether they're truly compatible outside the Golden Bachelorette bubble. Chock's side of the story: "We're taking a step back. It's not just Joan feeling the slowdown." In a rare statement, Chock also opened up, and he didn't sugarcoat things either. "I love Joan, and I believe in us," Chock said. "But right now, we're taking a step back to reassess. That doesn't mean it's over. It means we're being honest about where we're at." Chock emphasized that there was no bad blood, no scandal, just two people trying to navigate an incredibly tricky situation with as much dignity as possible. "We're not 25, he added with a laugh. "We're at an age where time is precious. We can't waste it pretending everything's perfect when it's not." If you thought that was emotional, brace yourself, because it gets even deeper. Inside sources spill even more. They're basically in relationship limbo. While Joan and Chock are being diplomatic publicly, insiders are painting a much more complicated picture behind the scenes. According to one longtime friend of Joan's, the couple is basically in relationship limbo. They talk all the time, they love each other, but neither one is willing to make the sacrifices needed to actually be together full-time, the source reveals. And apparently, Joan's children, who played a big part in her decision-making throughout the show, are worried. They love Chock, the insider says, but they see Joan hesitating, and they're afraid she's trying to force something that doesn't fit just because she wants it so badly. Is Joan putting her happy ending at risk by holding on too tightly? Fans react, say it isn't so. Naturally, Golden Bachelor Nation has exploded over the news. Fans have flooded social media with everything from heartbreak to outrage. They were supposed to be the couple that made it. "Love Joan, but if it's not right, I'm proud of her for being honest. Chock better fight for her. Can we please get a reality show following them now? I need to know how this plays out." Petitions are already circulating asking ABC to give Joan and Chock their own Golden Journey spin-off to document their next chapter, whatever it may be. What's next for Joan and Chock? So where does this leave them? According to Joan, they are still seeing each other regularly, but the pressure to define things has been lifted, at least for now. We've decided to slow down, she said. We're taking trips together. We're enjoying what we have without forcing it to fit a timeline. However, Joan did make one thing crystal clear. If either of us reaches a point where we realize we're not each other's forever, we'll be honest about it. I've lived too much life to settle for anything less than what I deserve, and I want the same for Chock. One final bombshell. I'm open to being single again. Perhaps the most shocking part of Joan's interview came right at the end. When asked point-blank if she sees marriage in the future with Chock, Joan paused for a long moment before answering. I don't know, she said simply, and I'm okay with that. She even added that for the first time in a long time, she's open to the idea of being single again if that's where her journey leads her. Love is beautiful, Joan said, but so is knowing who you are without it. Conclusion. Is this the end of Joan and Chock, or just a new beginning? The truth is, nobody knows for sure where Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple's love story is heading next, not even them. What we do know is this. They still care deeply about each other. They are bravely facing the realities of post-show life. They are refusing to fake a fairy tale for the cameras. And in a way, isn't that the most beautiful love story of all? Whether Joan and Chock ultimately walk down the aisle or part ways with love and respect, they're showing Golden Bachelor Nation that real relationships aren't perfect. They're complicated, messy, and full of hard choices. And sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is tell the truth about where you really are, even if it's not where you thought you'd be. Stay tuned, Bachelor Nation, because Joan and Chock's story, it's far from over.